Alright, what's going on, guys? This is Maury,
Mark,
Pat,
and Dave from the Erie Better Beer Bureau.
Tonight we got another one from the brewery. This is Papier, or Papier, depending whether you speak French or Dutch, which in Belgium could go either way.
60-40.
This one is aged in 75% oak barrels and 25% bourbon barrels.
14.5% alcohol. It's an old ale, and this is a 2009 anniversary from the brewery, so it's got several years on it.
Several, yeah.
Well, dark fruits galore.
Yeah.
Figs, dates, bourbon, oak.
Yeah,
You
for
guys add to
only
that?
a quarter of it being in bourbon barrels, there is quite
Yeah.
a significant
It's
bourbon.
Yeah,
There's some alcohol burn too. You can smell the alcohol, smell the bourbon.
Yeah, I even get maybe brandy soaked raisins or something
rum
like
soaked
that.
raisins,
Rum soaked
brandy
raisins,
soaked,
yeah, maybe rum. It's a little more of a spice than a sweetness. But man, it's dark fruits all over the place. Booze, dark fruits, almost no carbonation at all. I don't even think I have maybe a few bubbles in mine.
I have more bubbles on the side of my glass than
Yeah.
here. Yeah.
A little bit of a woody, oaky aroma sitting behind it, too.
And it's thick. I mean, I swirled my glass and it's like, I mean,
Syrupy.
molasses
A little
running
bit
down the
sludgy
side.
there,
Yeah.
Cheers. Ooh. Oh.
Still again on those raisins. Dark fruits of raisins. And it's actually surprisingly light on the mouthfeel.
You could tell me that this was alcoholic prune juice,
Yeah.
and I would believe you. Maybe with a splash of bourbon in it.
And it might have the same effect tomorrow.
I'll tell you, I don't get.
Or even in 2 hours.
It's even 2 hours from it. I don't get a ton of bourbon on the flavor.
Not in the flavor, but I get a little heat going down.
I get
I'm
some
getting
heat.
some bourbon. I'm gonna be
I'm
honest,
getting a
I'm
little
getting
bit,
it.
but I don't get a ton of it. I get tons of raisin and
Yeah.
prune.
Yep.
Oh, dark fruits.
Yeah.
Big
Yeah.
time.
The real
Big
bourbon
time.
I'm getting is on the back end, especially into the aftertaste. That's
Right.
where the bourbon is most noticeable for me. But other than that, I mean, I'm getting a ton of dark fruit, a ton of raisin, and maybe just a little hint of oak during the taste.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting oak. And Pat, you said a little thin on the mouthfeel. I agree and disagree. Like, it's thin up front, but then there's a little bit of a syrupiness and a heartiness to this beer that kind of just sweeps over the palate. It is a little thin up front. It's not like creamy, but at the same time, it's kind of thick, if that makes
Thin and
any
sticky.
sense. Yeah,
Thin and
it's
sticky.
sticky.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'll go with, I'll definitely go with syrupy. I don't think it's thick. It's like thin and syrupy to me.
Yeah.
It's almost like if you add honey to tea and you get kind of that sticky feeling afterwards.
Yeah, and after you're done taking a sip for a little bit, it's almost like a dry finish.
A little bit,
little bit.
like a dry oaky finish on it.
Yeah.
It's sweet, tons of dark fruits
Yep,
in the middle,
in the middle.
and then the oak in it is a little dry on the back end. I mean, not like a
Very
not
back
like
end.
a sour.
Yeah.
No.
I don't get dry. I get all sweet dark fruits and a little
In the
bit of
middle it
oakiness
does.
on it. Yeah. I'm gonna go with a 3.75 on this one. I think it's good, but it's not really knocking my socks off. It's a good beer. I think it's not. I think there's a little more complexity to me, and if I was getting a little more bourbon, it would definitely be higher rated. But I do like the dark fruits in it, and I do appreciate the amount of crafting that went into this beer, and I like that it's a 2009 and it's had some years to sit on it. But I'm going 3.75 on this one.
Yeah, I'm actually going to agree with Dave. 3.75 was the score I was thinking on this one. Especially since I love old ales. I've been a fan of old ales for a while, and this one, despite the barrel aging and the age on the beer, still comes through as pretty one-dimensional. Like Dave said, it's mostly dark fruits with some hints of bourbon and oak on the back end, which are sorely needed to balance this beer out. They just aren't coming through enough. But yeah, 3.75.
All right, well, I'm going to go up a little bit. I'm going to go 4.0. I think the flavors are really good. As an old ale, and it's 4 years old, I think they meld really well. And there's a little bit of the oak, a little bit of dryness at the end. You got that pop in the middle. The nice flavor, you know, got the dark fruits. For 4 years old, I tell you what, I'd really like to try this one fresh.
Yeah.
You know, got more of that bourbon maybe.
Fire up the DeLorean.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the only way you're going to be able to have this one. But I'm going to go up a little bit more. I'm going to say 4.0.
Yeah, I'm totally with Mark on this one, and honestly, if it had a little bit of carbonation, a little bit more in it, this would be an easy 4.25 at least for me. I love the flavors of the dark fruits. I'm getting the bourbon. I mean, especially for only being 25% aged in bourbon barrels, I'm definitely getting it. I do think it has a nice oaky, dry finish as well. I really enjoy this beer. I'm just missing a little carbonation from it, and I'd go a little higher. But as is, it's still a 4 for me. Till next time.
Cheers.